Did you know that you can upload an FDD to your preferred AI tool and ask all sorts of questions, and it will actually answer with accuracy just by analyzing the FDD? That's quite amazing. Now, there's one thing that AI cannot do for you, and that's very important when you're validating a franchisor, and that's validation calls. Hello, my name is Joe Salza, and I am a partner at FranShip Consultants, where we help individuals vet and eventually invest into purpose-driven franchises. Today, we're going to spend some time talking about validation calls. Validation calls are calls you can make to existing franchisees of that specific franchise, and it usually happens before you invest into that franchise or become part of that franchise. So be very careful with franchisors that are asking any sort of commitment before you can talk with existing franchisees. At times, you can be very impressed with the franchise development team of that franchise. Maybe you even do a discovery day and you'll like everything you see and you hear, and you met with the founder and everything sounds perfect. But if you don't talk with existing franchisees, you would not know for sure what is it like to be part of that franchise. When you do take the chance to talk with franchisees, I do have a set of mistakes that I've seen after selling close to 200 franchises in my corporate career, and I'm gonna list them out to you. Mistake number one that I've seen is when you get the chance to talk with existing franchisees, make sure you're prepared and you have your questions set aside ahead of time. Whatever time, sometimes 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes you have with that franchisee is very precious, because once again, this is one of the most important aspects of validating a franchise. Don't ask broad questions because they're not going to really give you much insight. So instead of asking, oh, do you like this franchise? Would you do again? Ask more precise and detailed questions, such as, tell me a little bit of your challenges. What was it expected at the beginning that didn't happen, or something that happened that wasn't expected? If you could go back and start the franchise all over again, what would you do differently? And then you just sit back and listen to the answers. Mistake number two, you want to make sure that you're listening more than talking. So don't make the mistake of take over the conversation. That's not the purpose of this call. The purpose is for you to have very well written, prepared questions, ask those questions, and then sit back and listen to the answers. And if something is not crystal clear, it's okay to say, hey, I didn't quite understand what you meant by this. Can you clarify, expand on this one? And just once again, sit back and listen. Try to listen as much as you can. Try to take notes, because if you talk with different franchisees, you may want to compare your notes, and that way you're going to make the most of that call. Mistake number three, make sure you talk to as many franchisees as you possibly can and watch for patterns. So if you only talk to one franchisee and that franchisee says that they hate the brand and that's the worst investment ever, and you make your decision based on that one single conversation, you could be missing out on one particular franchisee that's not happy with the franchise. Or the other way around, if you talk to someone that is in love with the brand, but is maybe because they are the only one in love with the brand and everybody else hates the brand, then you can also be missing on information from everybody else. So make sure you talk to as many as you possibly can. If the franchisor have dozens or hundreds of franchises, make sure you talk to, 10 at least. That way you're going to be able to see a good pattern, and if 9 out of 10 are saying good things about the franchise, that's great. If 7 out of 10 are really bashing the franchisor and saying that they wish they had never joined that brand, that's a big red flag right there. So don't make the mistake of only selecting a handful of franchisees and talking just with them. Try to talk or even visit, if the franchisor allow, as many franchisees as you possibly can. Now, if you're interested in learning more on how you can invest in a franchise that is a purpose-driven franchising, I would love to talk to you and kind of guide you through the process. Our services are free of charge to our clients, and we do our best to find the perfect match for you. So reach out to us at FranShipConsultants.com.